We're going to go out to this is Sparta, Tennessee. Let's open up to Jesse. What up, Jesse?
What's going on, Dr. John?
We're just making it happen, dude. All right. And so I'm going to bring your wife on. Is that right?
Yeah.
All right. Hang on one second. I'm going to bring on Haley.
All right.
Haley. Why you bug? Are you on?
Yes. Hi, Dr. John.
All right. So I got Jesse and Haley here from Sparta, Tennessee. All right. So who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
Okay. Who's in the most trouble here? How about that?
That would be me.
All right.
I'm the one that's always causing the trouble.
All right. Let's start with you. Go for it.
All right. Well, we've been in kind of a tough spot for quite a while now. And every time we have difficult conversations about something that I've done, I always tend to distance myself from whatever the situation may be or try to minimize my involvement. My question is, how do I fully open up my wife and not be dishonest with her during those difficult conversations?
Tell the truth. Am I oversimplifying it?
No, you're not. It's just, I've always done that. Like, tried to distance myself from, I guess, what I've done. Like, tried to minimize my involvement. And I don't know. I don't know how to stop it.
I mean, normally half the battle, that's not true, 2/3 of the battle is helping somebody recognize that they've got something they need to do differently. New actions they need to take. You know that.
Yeah.
So give me an example of something, or there's something must have happened for you all to call. What happened recently that you're trying to minimize or distance yourself from, and you don't want to do that anymore?
Well, like at work, I started a new job here recently, and there was this coworker of mine that was a female, and we started talking, and it wasn't nothing out of the ordinary, just two coworkers talking. But then we started flirting, and that's as far as it went, and that's as far as I would allow it to go. And I told her, twice that I was married, but I tried to. My wife asked me several times about it, and I kept telling her that nothing was going on, and I wasn't doing anything. I hadn't done anything wrong, but I knew that it was wrong just to even be communicating with her, flirting with her.
So let's hone in on the word flirt. There's been people in my life when I've been married over 21 years that I would say I'm that's just kind of, especially in the old days, like that was kind of my energy. But it was no text messages there. So people use the word flirt, and it's just like being extra connected, if you will. Then some people say, no, we were just flirting and you were sending nude pics back and forth to each other. So be very specific. Describe the word flirt to me.
Just, laughing and carrying on. We never sent flirty text or anything back and forth, never phone calls, nothing like that. It was just, we were talking and we'd laugh at each other's jokes or whatever, and just, I don't know.
So I don't understand what the problem is. Like, I laugh at Kelly's jokes all the time. I don't know really flirting, but I laugh at her jokes all the time. She does not laugh at my jokes because most of my jokes are directed at her. Right? But I don't understand what's the problem?
She says that I had an emotional affair on her, even though I never said anything about her or to her about my wife or anything that was going on between us or nothing like that. And it never went any further than just conversations.
Haley, what am I missing here?
Well, for one thing, he started acting really different to me and like not wanting to have much to do with me. And he looked me dead in my eyes and told me he was going to go sleep with that girl 3 different times. And,
hold on. Hold on, Haley, hold on. Jesse, you kind of left that part out. Did you look your wife in the eye and say you're going to go sleep with somebody else?
Never directly, no.
Yes, he did.
In so many words, yes, I did. I told her if she didn't shut up, then I was going to do that, which I probably shouldn't have. I'd say that's a lot of this problem here.
Why did you tell your wife to shut up, or you're going to go hook up with a coworker?
Because at that time, nothing was going on, and she just kept on and kept on. And we do not have grown-up adult conversations. It's always screaming and yelling and accusing, and most of the time it's just accusing.
So before I go back to Haley, Jesse, here's the deal. This is as honest as I can be. There are couples like you and Haley.
Yeah.
Where there is a woman in this relationship always picking, threatening, pointing out, what about this? I can't believe you did that. And the guy in the relationship is always feels like they're tap dancing in velvet shoes on thin ice.
Yeah, exactly.
And there's also idiotic husbands who cheat on their wives and then 5 years later get mad that they still flirt with coworkers and talk about coworkers and are looking at pornography when they're supposed to be in the other room having dinner. And I could just the don't call and they're late 5 hours. I could just make an entire list here. And so you leave a wife struggling and grasping for straws and creating stories to backfill horrific bad husband behavior. Not to say bad husband, that sounds like a child, but very childish husband behavior.
Well, say I'm always home. As soon as I get off work, I tell her I'm headed home. I come straight home from work, and I'm with her. Every time I'm not at work, I'm with her.
Okay, Haley, what am I missing here? I mean, it's starting to feel more and more like Jerry Springer. Tell me, what am I missing?
He's been lying to me, and he downplays things for 7 years. There's been a lot of deceit. There's been a lot of stuff he's done.
Give me some examples. Give me some examples.
Asked him about what?
Give me some examples.
Well, he had cheated on me years ago, 8 years ago, I think.
Okay.
And then we are both recovered addicts.
Okay.
But there was one time he was using behind my back for 7 months.
Okay.
And was lying to me, and it just got drug out. And every time he does something, he never gives me time to heal from that before he does something else. And
Haley, how do you heal from things?
It's just really time, I guess. And I tried to trust him, but he's always deceiving me and manipulating me and tells me I'm crazy. Like the thing at work, he went up there and told all his coworkers that I was just making that stuff up, that he didn't do anything. And I believe him. I just really believe there's more to it than what he's letting on, because he's my husband and I know him.
Okay.
And he's just so distant. And I just feel like he's more invested in that girl than he will let on, because I asked him 2 months ago to get transferred. He refused. It's just everything I asked him to do to help me in this marriage. Just he'll do it for a couple of days, and then it's just me holding everything together by myself.
So here's the truth of the situation, Haley, as quickly as I can get to it. Either your radar system is wildly over poignant. It's wildly oversensitive to stimuli.
Mm-hmm.
And every single thing this poor man does, your body reacts as though you know the truth. He's doing this. He's lying about this. He's using this. He's cheating on me over here. That could be either that or Jesse, you called my show, and you can lie in your house, dude, but you can't call this show and disrespect me and all the people who tune in by not telling the truth.
Oh, I know that.
And you're slowly drowning your water and drowning your wife and gaslighting your wife to death. So I'll ask you just point blank. If we're going to do this, let's do it. Are you honest? And nothing happened between you and this woman at work? Zero things.
I swear to you, 0 things happened.
Okay.
0.
What is it about your interactions with her and your relationship with your wife that is setting your wife's emotional senses on fire?
I guess it's because we've been so distant from each other for the past, I don't know, so long. And then every time something happens, it's like she's either accusing me of something, or I'm lying about this, or I'm lying about that. And a lot of the times it has nothing to do with anything.
Why do you lie to her then? Is it let me ask you this. Is it easier to lie to her on little things because you don't want to get poked and prodded and pulled apart and threatened and all that?
Well, see, the thing is that most of the time I tell her the truth. Most of the time it's just these big things I try to minimize my involvement in. But I guess I tell her I don't want to hurt her feelings, but I know that's not it. I guess it's just because I don't want to let her down, or I don't want her to be right about me, I guess. Because she always accuses me of like doing stuff on my phone, and none of it's been true. And we'll sit down and go through everything, and she still believes what she thinks, even after we talk about everything.
Haley, is that right?
There will be like history on his phone, like all these texting apps and video apps and chatting apps and Skype. And all that started when he started talking to that girl, but he still denies it. But there's history on his phone. He lied to me about even being around that girl for the longest. This has been going on for months, and 2 weeks ago is when he admitted that he had other intentions with her after looking me in my eyes and saying all that stuff. And I don't know. I just feel like there's more to it. He says there's not, but he'll drag it out for years before he'll tell me the truth about one little thing. He does have a problem with porn, always has. And he lies about that for years, and then he'll finally be like, oh, yeah, this time, but it's
Haley,
Haley,
why do you stay married to him? You can't sleep. You don't trust him as far as you can. I mean, you don't trust him the moment he walks into the next bedroom, much less out the front door. And listen, no matter what he says, you think he's lying to you? You think he's cheating on you? You think he might be using again? You think he's deceiving you? He's cheated on you before. Why are you in this marriage?
I love him, and we have a family together. We've been together for 13 years, and I know he's a better person, but he just refuses to give me what I need, and I've gave him 7 years, and I don't know. He keeps giving me false promises, but all his actions say different than his words.
So, Jesse, I'm just going to ask you one more time, and then I'll wrap this call up and give you all what little direction I can possibly give you.
Okay.
You called me and said you minimize things. That's a sophisticated way of saying you lie about things to make yourself less of a culprit in a situation.
Yeah.
This whole call, you said you don't lie. You always tell the truth. You always come home. Nothing ever happens.
No, I lied to her. I do lie to her. But I lied to her only about like certain things. It's things that I actually have done. I lied to her about.
Name them.
But then,
give me a couple.
Well, like the porn thing. I lied to her about that.
Okay, what else? What else?
Talking to that girl. I lied to her about that.
What else?
Lord. How long have you got?
Keep going. Rattle them off.
That's just two of the biggest things that I really
keep going. Now you're doing what you called me and asked me about. You distancing yourself from it. Go. Say it.
Looking at other women. I lied to her about that for years.
Go. Okay, keep going.
That's seriously all I can think of.
It's not. There's more. Keep going.
I'm sure there is more. I just.
Why do you have a whole bunch
of
of video chatting apps on your phone?
I don't. I do not. And
She just invents it?
Phone. No, it says whenever you go onto my history, it says something download whatever that video app is called, but I've never used it. Never. I've never used a texting app. I've never used a video chatting app. I've never used any of that stuff. And she can go through all the apps that have ever been on my phone because they're still there.
You just happened to download them and you just like held on to them?
They've never been downloaded. That's what I'm saying. They've never been downloaded.
All right. Well, here's the deal. Here's the deal. Haley, this is just, dude, I've talked to y'all for I don't know, 10 minutes. Haley, I think that there's been a world created by both of y'all where you are unable to walk with any sort of certainty on the foundation that is your home, that is your marriage, that is your relationship, period. Jesse, if you are completely 100% innocent here, which there's not one cell in my body that believes that, but if you are lying for years about using, about an affair, about pornography, about talking to other women, about looking at other women, telling your wife to shut up or you're going to go sleep with a lady at work, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. You've created a context in your home. You've pumped air into your home that makes it impossible for your wife to breathe. And Haley, if he's not doing all these things and you are just have a pair of glasses on that is constantly looking for a reason why you've got to get worked up about something, you're going to find it and you're going to imagine it, whether it's on his phone or not. Here's what I have to say. This will be the rest of your life unless y'all decide to do something different together. Jesse, your life will be misery and it will be hell until you 100% tell the truth. And I'm telling you, I don't think you're telling the truth. That's just me. Haley, you will never have peace in your home and your marriage until A, Jesse tells the truth, B, you decide to forgive, and C, y'all decide to build something new together. End of story, period. But if you choose to stay in a marriage and 100% of your day is looking for places where he may or may not, or I'm just confident, I know it, where he's doing things to hurt you and hurt your marriage, why? Why would you do that? Why would you live that life? And Jesse, why would you stay married? If you're with somebody who thinks so little of you and thinks you are lying to them all the time, 24/7, 365, all the time, and you're just this innocent guy trying to make a living, trying to do good work. Yeah, you flirt at work, but you don't do anything wrong ever. Why would you stay in this marriage? There will be no peace in your home, Jesse and Haley, until you'll both decide to tell the truth. There will be no peace in your home, Jesse and Haley, until y'all decide, once all the truth is on the table, I'm going to delete everything from my phone, period. If it means that much to you, I will not go back. I will get transferred to the next town over, and I will not go to that place. But when I do this, you cannot keep hassling me about things that are not happening. I will never minimize something that I do wrong, and I'll never yell and call you stupid and tell you to shut up, woman, and I'm sleeping with other women. I'm never going to talk to you like that because nobody deserves to be talked like that. And I'm not going to scrutinize every little tiny breath you take to see if you're doing this and cheating this and lying. I'm going to stop because peace is worth more than that. I can't recommend this enough. Y'all got to stop what you're doing. Just stop, both of you, and decide to go see somebody, a counselor in your local community there in Sparta. Please do that. Please do that. That's as far as I can go on this call, guys. There's some honesty that needs to happen in your home. There's some forgiveness that needs to happen in your home. And there's a radical control-alt-delete that needs to happen with how you talk to each other and how you plan for what happens tomorrow.